So, it's been a year, and well, um, yeah, I thought I'd just basically, considering that we are now end of 2022, 2022, it still doesn't feel real that we're in 2022. But yeah, we'll be in 2023 by the time, well, day after I record this. So, um, yeah, so I think this year's probably been, if not a reaction to the last 2 years of COVID uncertainties. In fact, I think a lot of, especially at the start of this year, came to reaction to the end of last year with parties, Partygate, and in many ways, you'd think the world has just spiraled even further down the plug hole. What with wars going on, cost of living in crisis, but there's for all that happened in the world, there's just something about it that just moments just don't seem real. And yes, there are periods of time where it felt like we're living in a movie, but also there's been other times where it's been just so incredible. I mean, who'd have thought at the beginning of this year that Kate Bush would be having a second UK number one? I mean, I certainly didn't, but yeah, it's been on a personal level pretty odd year because for me it's been a year between a year of change and what will probably be a year of change, quite big change. It's been quite stationary, whereas I feel like everything around me is kind of changed, shifted. So everything around me is kind of shifting, and I've had quite a stationary year, which has allowed me to kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of just help just get through things, kind of just find that moment of stability, yet with the chaos going on around me. And it's not always been easy. There's been periods of time that I found it hard. I mean, the summer especially was quite a struggle. I mean, that is something with what's going on with the climate, is that actually it means that the summer feels pretty unbearably hot. But that's just me. Or maybe it's not just me. Maybe it is something that people find. But yeah, it's been it's been a year, and although I'm not a great one for believing that new year, new me, all that jazz. Next year will be the best year of my will be my year, because what happens now will affect tomorrow, and what happens in this year will affect what happens next year, and it's there's no such easy clean slate, because that's not how the world works. It's New Year's not just it's not just a cut-off point. It's more of like turning of a page or end of a chapter. It may end one chapter, but the book still carries on, and what happens in the chapter has consequences. And I think this year has really proved that to me, is that actually the stuff that did happen in the last year, and this is not on a personal level, this is like a outside me level. Um, if you followed the news at any point in the first half of this year, you probably know what I'm talking about. But yeah, the stuff that happened December last year carried on and has probably shaped a lot of this year. And I mean, three prime ministers, two monarchs. This year is one for the record books. And even though we lost the Queen this year, which is a huge thing that I don't think we knew was coming, but just not. We never expected it. But to have two monarchs in a year is massive, let alone three prime ministers. I don't know. It just feels like the world's gone mad. But at this point, I think whatever happens, things happen for a reason, and we don't know what it is. We can't see it until probably years down the line, and I I can't wait for next. I can't wait to see what the next year brings. And on a personal level, with YouTube and everything, this year has I've just done what I've enjoyed. And I mean, yes, at times I watch back in the video and think, what on earth am I doing? But I think I've done some stuff on here that actually I really, really kind of blown away with how I managed to do. I think if I had to pick a standout video for this year, it'd be I Predict Riot, which I did back in about April-ish, which actually was a video that I'd wanted to first do 2020, when I first started YouTube on a different channel that doesn't exist anymore. But yeah, that was something that I was really impressed with how it turned out. And I mean, I think moving forward, I want to do more sit down the discussion, the talky videos, which is hard when I just ramble and don't necessarily think about what I'm planning to say. But also, it's been hard because I don't really have a lot of stuff to talk about, and also timing wise, it's easier for me just do a song and just get that overdone. Well, overdone is not the right word, but it's easy for me just to do a song, get recorded. It's only about 3 minutes. When discussions, they can go on for a while, and time is inevitably not on anyone's side. But yeah, I'd like to do more discussion videos, and I probably will. I mean, I've only done a couple this year, and it's been quite an odd year to discuss things, because if I take, for instance, probably what I talk about the most, which is my favourite TV show, Doctor Who, there's been a lot of news that's been kind of drip fed since about May, or drip fed is even the word. It's been crazy. It's since Rusty Davies has been doing the announcements, it's been suddenly like, oh, 2 hearts plus this. The most recent one was Millie Gibson being announced on Children in Need with 2 hearts and a ruby. She's playing a character called Ruby Sunday, which my first thought is that name does sound a bit like a Bond girl, something something out of the 60s, or stage performer. Yeah, so we'll see how she does. I'm looking forward to it, but also the show having only been on air for 3 episodes, one of which being excellent, one of which being okay, one of which being a bit of a letdown. If you know which episodes are which, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But yeah, it's been hard when there's been so little news, so long gaps, and also just my interest in the show just hasn't been there at times. So yeah, moving forward, I'd like to do a bit of a mix of stuff and just see what happens. And I know there'll be times where, because I don't schedule these at all, there'll be times that actually I'll have breaks. I know I'll probably have a break kind of late springish. I might have a break kind of early autumn. I know I haven't figured it out yet. I have ideas of stuff that I want to do. Like I had ideas of stuff that I wanted to do last year. Did I do all of them? No. Will I probably do some of them this year? Maybe. I don't know. Um, Happy New Year, everyone, and I don't really know how to finish this. I think I'll just say to the people that I know are probably most likely to watch this. Thank you, thank you for watching, supporting. Yeah. And I honestly can't wait wait to see where we go in the future. 2023, Doctor Who's 60th. Who knows? Until next time, Alan Z.